everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Real Talk and Root with Nikki Gold. If you're joining me for the very first time, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button on the screen. Today, I've got a special guest, my friend and colleague, and her name is Marco, and she's joining me to chat about her experience as an international student in Australia. I thought it would be interesting to dive into what kind of culture shock that she experienced since arriving in Australia. Could you introduce yourself to our audience, please?
Sure. Hi everyone, my name is Marco. I come from the island nation of Papua New Guinea in the Pacific. Black Pacific Islanders like myself are known as Melanesians.
Awesome. Thank you for coming. So let's start from the beginning. What was the first thing you noticed that was different for you since you arrived in Australia?
I noticed a lot of things coming here, but one thing for me that stood out was my hair. Coming from a predominantly black background, I didn't notice so much different about my hair until I arrived here. Like I didn't notice like if my hair is the right shape, the right size. I mean, even finding products was very difficult when I came here, and you had people asking questions. I don't know whether it's out of ignorance or curiosity, like how do you maintain your hair? Is this a real hair? You know, stuff like that.
Yeah, that must have been so weird. I get that. So how about the food? Was there any culture shock when it came to the food?
Definitely. Back home, food is big part of our culture, but here also I find that it is also, but in a way, in a different sense, because people tend to eat out more, whereas back home, culture and food go hand in hand. When you have food in place, you have gatherings, celebrations, you know.
True. Yeah. So did you like the Australian barbecue culture?
I found it very strange because, you know, when I was first invited to a barbecue here, I thought that when the person hosting the barbecue would be hosting the barbecue, but it was very strange when someone invited me to the barbecue, because here you actually have to bring something.
Did you have to bring the bread?
Yeah, like something like that, because back home when someone is hosting, they host the barbecue. I didn't necessarily have to bring anything, so it was like
yeah, I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. So was there like any surprises with the university or classroom culture?
Definitely, because I found the culture here very laid back, very informal, in the way the students interrupt lecturers, or I don't know if the concept of respect for them is different here, or maybe it's just the way we were brought up, but yeah, it was very different.
Yeah, I feel like what you just mentioned is a big one, and I know that can feel strange because I felt the same way as well. And sometimes I feel like you can be confident and outspoken without necessarily being rude.
True.
You understand? So what do you think about being able to get extensions for your assignment?
I find it very interesting because back home there's no such thing as extension. If you fail, you fail.
You don't have any cat that you need to bury.
It's very competitive. Yeah.
So were there any cultural habits or behaviors that you struggled to adjust to?
Yeah, I think the biggest one for me was the directness. Like Australians can be so direct. They say exactly what they think. I mean, it's refreshing in a way because back home we tend to soften things around in words, but here they're more direct in a sense.
Yeah, I totally understand that, and I think that a lot of international students experience the same kind of adjustment. So do you think you are still adjusting, or have you found your rhythm now?
Definitely, I'm still adjusting. Where I think everyone is still adjusting also.
Yeah, absolutely, I'm still adjusting as well. Thank you so much. Thank you, Marco, for sharing your time with me, because time is money in this country.
True.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to this. Culture shock is real, and hearing Marco experience can really help others who are going through the same thing. And if you're watching and you've experienced culture shock or any question, drop them in the comments below. I would really love to hear from you, and please engage with this post. Thank you so much for tuning in with Real Talk and Roots with Nikki Gold, and I'll see you in my next video.